Welcome back to Talk with Wavy. We are now in episode 40. And, if you guys know me, I love even numbers. I love even numbers and I just love even numbers. I like numbers that have 35, 40, just the ones that have the multiplication of 5. I'm a weird person, okay? I'm a weird person. I love ending my episodes with that. Like, we're ending this episode at episode 50, final episode. Yeah, I like ending those kinds of episodes. So today, since we reached our episode 40, we've made a lot of podcasts over the years and over the months and so much more. Since I am still not in a good mental state, I'm still healing and school is almost over and I'm happy and still healing, talking to my parents and having a counselor session. I decided to get the Tony Talks Meaningful Conversations game cards, and this is basically just questions that you could play with your family or your friends and have deep conversations. But since because I'm alone right now, I want to play this by myself first. I did play it recently with one of my best friends from senior high school and we had a ton of fun, but right now I want to play it on my own. So this has three categories. We have mind, heart, and soul, and I will just be alternating it. So if we're gonna go to mind, heart, soul, and yeah, and I don't know when to stop because I love these kinds of cards, and I bought these when they were on for sale for like 400 pesos, and now it's 500 pesos. I'll put a link in the description for you guys to like get this product out. And if you love to use TikTok Shop instead, I'll put my video on TikTok Shop so that you guys can check out on my yellow basket because I'm an affiliate, and the money goes to me when you check out, like the commission goes to me. So yeah, I'm excited to play this. There's a lot of cards, and it says here that we share real stories, have meaningful conversations because your story matters. So yeah, let's share your meaningful conversation. So yeah, I'm excited to play this. So it's kind of like a little self-reflection to my mind. And yeah, make sure to get comfy while watching the video version or even listening to me. I'm currently I have like my cross legs on top of my chair. I have like a leg resting area in my seat. I got a new seat actually. It's old, not really new, but like it's from the office, and then it's kind of broken, but I'm gonna be fixing it. And yeah, I have a hoodie on because I want to be comfy while I'm gonna play it. But yeah, I'm excited to play this more with friends and family, and I want to play it more with friends and family. So yeah, I want to play with one of my relatives. So yeah, all right, and first off, before we start again, I also bought this because Tony Talks was actually the inspiration of me starting my interviewing journey with my senior high school friends and some other college friends I have, and podcasting. So yeah, she's the reason about everything. So yeah, I wanted to get it. All right, so I'm excited. Let's go ahead and open the box. Should I? Okay, let me open the box first. So at the bottom it says, "What's your story?" and then it has a message from Tony itself here. Okay, so let's start with the game offers. We're gonna go from mind, heart, and soul. We're gonna go first to mind. So the blue area. Let's start. What's the first question? What is one thing you wish people understood better about you? I feel like my answer to this question is I wish the one thing that people understood about me is uh, they have to respect my decisions and know that I am a forgivable person and I'm the type of person to change. If I do one wrong fatal mistake or I do one mistake in my life, I want everyone to know that I can change and I could be better, and just like everyone knows that I could be better by it. And like people need to also respect my decision when it comes to something. If I want that decision, like if it's good or bad, they have to respect it. And yeah, I feel like that's what I want everybody to understood about me. So yeah. All right, let's get to the next card. We have the heart one. And the question is, what does happiness look like to you right now? Happiness to me right now is at my room, making podcasts, listening to music, working at my bed, seeing my family, seeing my dog, seeing my house helpers, and making podcasts, content creation stuff. That's what happiness is for me. And talking to one of my old friends from senior high school, and yeah, that's all really. So yeah, that's what happiness is for me. Let's move on to the green cards. What's something you lost that taught you how to let go? I feel like this is in general, not really like not any specifically, but what's something that I've taught to let go and that I've lost is fake toxic friends. Back in my life, I used to always if there's like a bad influence friend or a bad influence friend group that I know that it's not good for my mental state, I know when to leave and like like I know when to leave and when to like not talk to them anymore. So I would to be respectful, I would tell them that, hey, I'm just not having the good mental state. The group is kind of like de-influencing me, and I feel like it's the leaving is like the right journey. I hope everyone understand. If people don't like your decision, then that speaks to the person itself. That oh, so you're thinking that you're bad or like whatever. That means that they're terrible people. So yeah, that's what I've learned, to let go of something toxic, and I'm really happy that I did. So yeah. Okay, moving on. I've always wondered why. Not a question, but just a statement. For me, I've always wondered why I'm in this life right now. I've always wondered why did the universe gave me this kind of like anxiety and panic attacks recently, that even though people know that I'm a very happy and extrovert person, I've always wondered why I always have these kinds of episodes in my life. Why do I have panic attacks, anxiety attacks? Why do I lose friends? Why am I having academic burnouts? I've always wondered why. But when I spoke about this to my parents were telling me that maybe God or the universe is giving you all these struggles because maybe in your workplace, when you start working, it will have a deep impact on you. Like it will, like the workload might be more challenging when you're now in work. So maybe God or the universe is testing you. Maybe the problems that you have in school right now are just tiny little problems that you can fix on your own. But when you're at work, it's more difficult. What's one thing your heart is still holding on to? One thing that my heart is still holding on to is this is so this is so personal. The one thing that my heart is still holding on to is the people that I got attached to. I've spoken about this in my past podcast episodes where I got attached to a senior person. I got attached to one of my old crushes and so much more. I feel like not because I am loving them, but it's how like my mind is like missing them. I'm missing them, but I'm like not going to be loving them again. But the senior guy, it's different. I'm still holding on to him because I absolutely miss our friendship. So yeah, that's what it is for me, really. Oh, this is a deep question. What is the question you want to ask your parents but can't? That's a deep question. This can relate to like how like what I'm experiencing right now, is that there were times that I wanted to drop out of college and just wanted to pursue like my content creation life. There were times that I wanted to do that. Or maybe if I graduate college and the newscasting like workplaces or aren't going to accept me and just want me to like, like they just rejected the offer, and maybe they want me to just or like maybe I want to just do content creation life. I feel like the one question that I want to ask them but I can't is, will they be happy if I stop college and just continue my content creation life? At least it's like my workplace I'm doing at home and I am still making money. I know the answer, it's a no, but I never really asked if they will support my content creation life if I stop studying. But they might be watching this. Hi, mom and dad. I'm not gonna stop studying yet, but yeah, just don't worry about it. Okay, moving on. If you had no fear of failure, what would you attempt to do? If I had no fear of failure, I would continue to uh, maybe pursue all of my dreams, such as being a newscaster. If I have no fear of failure, like I failed being a newscast, that I wasn't being able to go in, that would be that's something that I want to do. That's something I want to do where I want to apply to these jobs, and if I get rejected and if I fail, I would be happy. But we're living in a world where failure does happen. So yeah. What is your biggest heartbreak? I've never had my heart broken before, but I feel like my biggest heartbreak was when I was in grade 7, where I had a mutual understanding with this person. I had a crush on him and he had a crush on me. And for 2 days, we only dated, but he then told me that he wanted to go back to his ex. So I feel like that's one of the biggest heartbreaks that I've experienced while I was in grade 7. So yeah, that's it really. I'm not really focused on love. Okay, let's move on. What is the most meaningful compliment you've ever received? I feel like the most meaningful compliment that I've ever received is how people message me, people comment positive things about my content creation life, such as saying that I watch your YouTube videos. These videos are nice. Keep up the good work. And when it comes to family and friends, they always message, or whenever I meet them in person, they say like, "Hey, I've seen your content. You've been going on like my Facebook page, or I've been watching your content. I really love what you're doing." And like the amount of praise that I get, I'm happy with it because I like a special place in my heart like tells me that somebody out there is watching my content and like supports what I'm doing and know that I'm there with them. So yeah, that's what it is. What's something you've realized about yourself only recently? Okay, this is a good question. What's something that I've realized about myself recently is that I can handle being alone. Growing up, I always wanted to be with friends. I always wanted to talk to my friends. I've always wanted to be with my friends. Like, I'm literally an extrovert. But then I realized that I could handle life being alone. I could go to school alone. I could have nobody to talk to the whole entire day and I would be happy. But when it comes to workplaces, I have to not be alone because the industry would fall down. But that's what I realized, as a cheerful and extrovert person, you can still be alone, and that's it for me. So yeah. Someone I'll always be grateful for is blank. For me, I'm always grateful. I'll always be grateful for my family. I'll always be grateful for my family here that supports and helps and do whatever that I love to do in life. That's what I'm happy for. And I'm also grateful for one of my good friends, one of my alumni friends in Maris when I was in senior high school. I'm very grateful for them because they helped me experience and give me like a lot of advice when it comes to college. So yeah, I'm pretty grateful for them as well. They're like one of my good friends that I talk to, and yeah, that's it. Okay, let's move on. What kind of healing are you currently praying for? The kind of healing that I'm currently praying for is that I lessen the anxiety and the panic attacks and have a good, stable mind. Because again, it's not fun to have an anxiety or a panic attack, as it gets really terrifying when the episodes happen. And, because when I have a health scare, I feel like I'm not the wham de guzman or the wavy wham that I know that is this. So yeah, that's the kind of healing that I'm praying for. I think what motivates me is that in my mind, I know that I will have a good time in my life that, like, for example, what motivates me is that I want to finish my podcast episode so that I know that it makes me feel better. And what motivates me is my family's advices and our conversations to keep going. That's what I love as well. That motivates me. And yeah, that's what motivates me to keep continuing on difficult days. If your soul could speak, what would it say right now? If my soul could speak, the one thing that it would tell me is that you're physically and mentally exhausted. And I know that, but I wish that my soul would hear it out of the world and say it to everybody that like I hope everybody can hear about it. So yeah. What part of yourself do you hide from others and why? This is a good question. The part of myself that I hide from others is that I sing and dance. Not like I don't want to answer this question like in a very like crazy like way, but a part of me hides myself that I I love to sing and dance. And dancing has been part of my journey ever since when I was a kid. I love to dance. I've posted some videos of me dancing back then on the channel, and I've sang in the channel as well. But I've kept it hidden most of my life because I never really wanted to show everybody me dancing or singing, and that's a part of me that I've hid. And yeah, that's something that I've hid to a lot of people, really. So yeah, that's what it is. What is one mistake you made that taught you the biggest lesson? One mistake that I've made that taught me the biggest lesson is how how making friends is difficult and you have to find the right one. I feel like that's what it is in general for me. I'm trying to think of one, but that's what I can think about right now. What is one thing you want the whole world to know about life? I would want the whole world to know that life is short and make the most out of it. Because again, life is so short that if you end up getting invited to like a birthday party or somebody gets invited to a party or whatever, and you're close with that person, say yes to the invitation. That's what it is for me. Say yes for the invitation, because if you don't say yes, then you're gonna end up regretting it and you're not gonna make any memories. So yeah, that's what it is for me. What's one thing you've learned about surrender? Surrendering that I know that it doesn't make me happy anymore. That's one thing that I've learned. If something's not making me happy, if something is just, like it's just not giving me joy, I've learned to surrender and maybe find a new path for myself. So yeah, that's what it is. All right, I'm having fun, y'all. I'm having fun so much. Okay. I might bring this game to Australia. What's a quality of yours that you hope you never lose? Me being happy. I don't want my happiness to be gone. I feel like if I lose my happiness, nobody's gonna know who I am anymore. Everybody knows that I am a happy person, happy go lucky person. I don't even know if that's bad, but I'm a happy person. I'm a happy person. I love being happy and I love being with my friends and family and making jokes and whatever. And that's something that I don't want to lose in myself. The quality of me, I don't want to lose myself for that. What's a favorite memory of yours from your childhood? Describe how you felt during this time. One of my favorite memories of mine from my childhood is me and my brother playing games on the PS4 every night downstairs. Maybe that's not a good childhood story, but that is for me. I remember when it was like 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. and my mom and dad would schedule us to sleep at that time. But I remember that when the PS4 was there downstairs and the our sofa back then in the living room can turn into a bed. Me and my brother would always stay up all night watching YouTube videos, him playing games, and so much more that I totally recall doing that. And I just really miss that moment. And I miss the moment where we would stay up all night. He would call with friends. I would sleep. I would like do whatever I want there. And we would just stay up all night and nobody was stopping us. And it was just one of my favorite moments from our childhood. And I felt really happy at that time. And just happy those kinds of moments it existed. So yeah. What have you done in your life that you can actually say to yourself, I'm proud of you? This is a good one, and it's where I'm proud of like one moment in my life that myself can say like I'm proud of you, Wham, is surviving one of the hardest days. Having difficult days is absolutely like it's hard. Obviously it's hard because you tend to want to give up, you tend to run away, and you tend to just have bad mental stability, but in the end you decide to show up and survive that day. And that's where I'm saying that I always tell myself that I am proud of you, Am, for overcoming your battles. So yeah, that's what it is. What do you think your future self is trying to tell you? I feel like my future self is trying to tell me that in your is that when you start working in the real industry, it's gonna get even more difficult and harder. So what you're experiencing right now is just the smaller terms, and in the work, and when you're starting to work, it's more like it's gonna be more difficult. I feel like that's what the future is telling me right now. Also, I'm separating one of the cards that I've answered because it's really difficult for me to get some cards that I've already written down or told in the video and so much more. Okay, next one. When was the last time someone made you feel seen? I feel like the time that someone made me feel seen is that they know what I'm experiencing. They know like what the battles I have. They know what battles I have. They know like what battles I've been having recently, and I feel like that's the time where some blockmates and some people were like seeing that I'm struggling, and I feel like that's the last time the recent time someone made me feel seen. I feel like that's a good answer. I don't know. I don't I yeah, it's a bad answer. I know. I'm sorry. All right. Let's answer. What does grace look like in your daily life? I feel like grace in my daily life is, again, surviving another day in school and finishing a term in my school journey. So, yeah, that's it for me. What do you overthink the most and why? Good question. The thing that I overthink the most is negativity. Negativity in school, negativity in blockmates, negativity in everything. But then when overthinking happens, it doesn't even happen. Like what you're overthinking, it doesn't happen. So I'm like, why am I overthinking? So yeah, that's what I overthink a lot. And the reason why I overthink is that because I feel like it's going to happen, but it doesn't. So yeah, if you had to leave a message for future generations, what would it say? Enjoy your life as a child. If you're still a child, make sure to always enjoy your life, as life is short, and you don't want to struggle in college. You're not a little kid anymore if you're in college, and make sure to make the most out of it. So yeah, that's always my quote in life. Life is short. Anyways, what memory reminds you that you are never alone? I feel like the memory that reminds me that I'm never alone is having my high school friends. My high school friends and I, we've been talking a lot recently. We've been hanging out. And my senior high school friends, Jessa and Addie. And that made me feel like that I'm never really alone. In college, I'm just alone. But in life in general, I'm not alone. And I still have friends. And also hanging out with my relatives from my mother's side and my father's side, saying that I have my relatives and my parents. So and like every eating out, every hangout and whatever that we have, it reminds me that I'm not alone. So yeah. I don't know if I answered this. If you could change something about your life right now, what would it be? To stop overthinking and stop stressing yourself, because it's not going to be healthy. It's not going to be healthy. What's a risk you took for love and was it worth it? I think a risk that I took for love is buying gifts to one of my crushes in senior high school. And was it worth it? Absolutely. Because just like what Taylor Swift said, and maybe a risk that I took for love as well is telling them that I had a crush on them. And even though I had a rejection, it was a good idea to ruin the friendship. Just like what Taylor Swift said. Her advice is to always ruin the friendship. Better than nothing to happen, and better for the answer to just leave it hanging, you know? So that's one of my, that's one of the things that I risked. If you could grant one wish to someone, who would it be and why? Ooh, I feel like if I could grant one wish to someone, it would be my baby brother. And my wish is to always make him stay young. Because I don't want him to grow up fast and experience what the outside world is. I want him still to have fun. I want him to have fun still right now. To have fun, play his toys, and be a fun and makulit na child so that he enjoys life still. So yeah. Fill in the blank. When I look into the mirror, I see myself. I see myself a happy wavy wham in the mirror. Myself. What color do you associate with love and why? I think the color that I associate with love is red, because red in general is the color of love, and I don't really have anything to think about like why I did that, but yeah, that's for me. If you're going to meet God one day, what is the first thing you will tell him? The first thing that I want to tell God is thank you, God, for listening to my prayers, to all the prayers that I've struggled for, that I've requested, and I've helped to reach out. Thank you for all the prayers that I've helped, and hopefully you still continue to grant my prayers and help me. So yeah. What are you currently trying to unlearn? One thing that I'm currently trying to unlearn is overthinking, really. Overthinking and being all negative and being all happy still. Because it's not going to be fun if you like experience this in your life more in general. So yeah. Okay. I've been playing a lot. How long have I been recording? I'm gonna check. I've been recording for 32 minutes. Okay. After this heart and green one, I'll end in a bit because I'm just having too much fun, y'all. Okay. What's a red flag you once ignored? Good question. I feel like the red flag that I once ignored is if I know that it's toxic and if I still love the person, that's a bad idea. I've had a crush before online. I've had a crush before online when back in 2021. And this friend that I had a crush on, he basically rejected me because he wasn't feeling the same. But the thing is, he planned on playing with my feelings. He played with my feelings and lied to me that he also liked me back. But then he later admitted that he was just playing with me. And then I forgave him and I was telling him to my brother and to my friends. And now that's what I realized, that my brother and my friends were telling me to stop being friends with the person because they know that it's a red flag. Like they get angry and they get irritated by the times that I get I cry to this guy, and I get happy when I return to the guy, like when I return my friendship to the guy. Yeah, that's what I always used to ignore. But now I know that if it's a red flag, I leave the guy or I leave the person. So yeah. Next one. When you die, who do you think will sit on your grave the longest and who will visit you often? When I die, I feel like the person that will sit in my grave the longest is my family and one of my house helpers. And they will visit me often as well because I feel like they would the amount of times that I've told them that I'm struggling and all being happy, they can't really let me go. So I feel like that's what it is. What book or idea changed the way you see the world? I feel like the idea that changed the world is how people can be cruel and not everything is going to be positive in your life, and there's going to be some negativity. And I think that's it for me. When something is that's what it is for me, that I realize that the world isn't full of positivity, it's full of negativity as well. What's your favorite kind of compliment to receive? Is that I'm good at they like doing my content creation, and it makes me more happier and passionate to continue doing what I love. When you die today, where do you think you would go? I would immediately go to heaven and meet all of my like dead relatives, dead elderlies that I've met in my life. Yeah, and dead friends that I've lost as well. So yeah. Okay, we're at the last stretch. I promise this is gonna be the last stretch. I'm gonna pick wisely. How do you define success in life? When you graduate, when you have a job that you absolutely love, you have real friends, your family is there for you, and you enjoy doing what you love. That is success for me in life. And I think that's self explanatory. When I think of home, I picture my room, my family, my dog, my family, my house helpers, and my bed. What keeps your hope alive when it feels easier to give up? I think what keeps my hope alive is the time where I wanted to give up studying. I always thought about my parents and say like they're not gonna be happy if I don't graduate or if I move or well they can still be happy if I move. They just want me to finish studying. But one hope is that even though I'm mentally exhausted and always wanting to give up now, I always have the courage and the hope that I say that my parents are not gonna be happy if I stop studying. So I continue this for them. And yeah, that's my answer. I've played this game so much that I forgot that I was recording, and I'm happy to say that I enjoyed doing this. So yeah, that's all. I hope you all enjoyed my Tony Talks experience. It's so fun. It's so fun. I might do this again, but I don't know because I'm gonna be repeating the cards over and over again. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy this episode, let me know by giving the video a like, comment down below, subscribe, turn on notifications. You guys miss anything with me. And if you're watching or listening to the Spotify version or the Apple Podcast version, hi, hello. Thank you so much for supporting me here. Make sure to follow and rate the podcast and so much more. And follow Wavy Talks or Talk with Wavy on Instagram to check out new episodes coming out soon. So yeah. I post new episodes every Wednesday and Friday. And yeah, that's all. Anyways, I'll see you all later. I enjoyed playing this and I might play this more with friends and family. Okay, bye.